Taylor Swift is a 35-year-old American singer-songwriter with a net worth of $1.6 billion US.
Focusing less on doing what they say I can't do and more on doing whatever the hell I want.
Yup, your girl is a billionaire. Born on December 13, 1989, she's a Sagittarius, which fits as she's passionate, optimistic, and an adventurer.
I'm a Sagittarius, and I think one of our major qualities is that we're blindly optimistic.
Okay.
So when I'm in love, I'm just stupid about it, and I trust people constantly. Yeah. And then I always am like, oh, I'm not going to trust people anymore. I'm going to be one of those dark, twisty girls who guys love because they're all like guarded and stuff. Right. And then I just trust people again.
She's the highest-grossing performer and the richest female musician. She's released 11 studio albums: Debut, Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore, Midnights, and The Tortured Poets Department.
My mistakes led to the best things in my life. And being embarrassed when you mess up, it's part of the human experience. Getting back up, dusting yourself off, and seeing who still wants to hang out with you afterward and laugh about it, that's a gift.
Now let's talk about some of her problematic controversies as well as her good deeds. Questionable lyric? In her song Better Than Revenge off her 2010 album Speak Now, she's saying she's not a saint and she's not what you think / she's an actress / she's better known for the things that she does / on the mattress, referencing actor Camilla Bell, who'd allegedly stolen Joe Jonas from her. Swift was only 20 years old and she did change the lyrics when re-releasing the album in Taylor's version in 2023.
That guy's not in my life anymore, unfortunately. I know. I'm not even going to be able to remember the boy who broke up with me over the phone in 25 seconds when I was 18. See, this one even comes with a phone. See, so he can break up with other dolls. Stay away from him, okay?
She dated a barely legal boyfriend. Summer of 2012, 22-year-old Swift dated an 18-year-old Connor Kennedy, son of Robert F. Kennedy. Spoiler alert, this is not okay. An 18-year-old should not date a 22-year-old.
That you're dating Connor Kennedy. True?
I don't talk about my personal life in that great detail. I write about it all in my songs, but when I get in an interview, it just sort of feels, it's not as much what I do.
Polluting the environment by her private plane usage. Swift's total flight emissions in 2022 was 8,293 tons, over 1,100 times higher than the average person's entire annual emissions. That's crazy. Swift sued 21-year-old college student Jack Sweeney for exposing her flyer status. Although Swift's safety is important, it doesn't escape the fact that her private plane usage is extreme and hurting the environment. To put it into perspective, when she flew from Tokyo to Vegas to cheer for Travis at the Super Bowl, she emitted 40 to 90 tons of carbon dioxide. That's like 6 to 14 years of emission from the average American.
Viva Las Vegas! Viva! Viva Las Vegas! Hey, Elvis never had a...
Like, do you really need to take a 13-minute flight when it's a 28-minute drive? In 2011, she donated $70,000 in books to her hometown library. 2012, wrote a song Ronan in honor of the little boy struggling with cancer. 2015, donated $1,989 to a fan with student loan concerns.
We are $1,989 closer to paying for the student loans.
Oh.
Gives $50,000 to NYC schools. Gives Wildest Dreams video proceeds to Animal Foundation. 2016, supports Kesha with $260,000. Donation to Jamie King's son, $1 million in Louisiana flood relief. 2017, donates to Joyful Heart Foundation for survivors of sexual assault. Donates to Hurricane Harvey. 2018, donates to RAIN for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Donates reputation tickets to Morning Massachusetts Police. Donates $10,000 to Boy with Autism. 2019, donates $10,000 to Fan with Cancer. 2020, donates $1 million to Nashville tornado relief efforts. Donates to fans amid COVID crisis. Minneapolis fundraiser, aspiring math student, Rent Help, Ohio Food Bank. 2021, donates $50,000 to mother of 5 who lost her husband to COVID. 2022, supports her Pet Rescue Foundation. 2023, gives back to food banks, gave $100,000 bonuses to Ira's tour truck drivers.
Plus truck drivers on her tour with bonus checks for $100,000.
Father was the one that actually presented the checks to our drivers.
and he presented handwritten letters from Taylor. It's incredible that they would take that time and what it means to our staff to be recognized.
He says Swift also gave bonus checks to her band members, dancers, and technical crew. People reporting the gifts in total exceeded $55 million.
Supports Mahami's Foundation, $1 million to Tennessee tornado relief. 2024 gives $100K to Chiefs parade shooting victims' family, donates $5 million to hurricane relief, $250K to Kansas City's nonprofit, Met fans at Children's Mercy Hospital. 2025 donates to LA wildfire relief, visits Children's Hospital in Florida.
And asked Taylor, could you write me a big old check for Children's?
Wow.
And she knew me all but 20 minutes, and that girl wrote me the biggest check without blinking an eye.
Taylor is the epitome of white feminism. Taylor speaks out against sexism when it personally affects her, but when it comes to speaking up for women of color, she falls short. In 2021, she called out Ginny and Georgia, a comedy show, for making a lazy, sexist joke about her dating history. Yet, despite her vocal stance on this issue, she chose to date Matt Healy, who made racist comments about Ice Spice, bragged about being aroused by the brutalization of black women, and doing the Nazi salute at concerts. Yes, it's nice to see a woman succeed in a misogynistic industry. It is also crucial to acknowledge the other struggles women are facing, like women unable to go to school, affected by war, etc. You can't fight for women's rights when excluding the minority, women of color. Instead, she kinda made you need to calm down as advocating for LGBTQ rights.
Do you give less of a fuck about women's rights or gay rights?
Gay rights, definitely.
You didn't even hesitate.
Not at all. The more gay you are, the more homophobic you become.
What does that mean?
I've just seen too much. I'm like, you know what? We gotta pack it up.
What makes you homophobic?
People like me.
Oh.
White gays. We gotta go. We're ruining it for everybody, and I know that we are, and I'm sorry to even be here, but for f***'s sake, we're ruining everything. We're ruining everything.
How would you define a white gay?
Insufferable.
Insufferable.
Yeah.
Loud, proud.
Mm-hmm. Entitled.
It's worth noting that she's a symptom of a larger problem, but with her spotlight, it's important to criticize her actions so that white feminism isn't normalized. Swift couldn't stop petting the Weeknd's hair when they first met in 2015. The whole time she was talking, she was kind of, like, petting my hair, he says about the 15-minute encounter. I think she was just drawn to it. He must have been a little gone off a few drinks. And of course I'm not going to be like, hey, can you stop? I mean, it felt good. But when she started petting my hair, that's when I was like, I definitely need a drink.
I woke up with an email from the Weeknd.
And was he there?
He was like, yeah. And he was like, you told me how beautiful I was for like 15 minutes straight and started to pet my hair.
Oh,
so
his hair is very pattable.
It looked really cool that night, and I apparently went on and on about it.
It sounds like quite the evening. You petted the Weeknd.
Yeah, I just
like an animal.
I was like, you're so magnificent.
Is that the weirdest email that you've ever woke up to, Taylor, or has there been odder ones than the Weeknd saying, hey, last night you petted me like an animal?
There's weirder ones.
There's definitely weirder ones. Come on, hit us with the weirder ones.
Hopefully she learned from her mistake. She re-recorded her past albums that her ex-manager Scooter Braun stole the rights to, and she's been more successful than ever. Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, all Taylor's version. Now we're just waiting for debut and Reputation. Speaking of Reputation, that whole 2017 to 2018 era of proving Kanye wrong, that she wasn't faking being a victim, that she didn't give consent to Kanye saying the lyric I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Also, even if she did give consent, that lyric is still gross, and interrupting a young girl's speech to say someone else deserved it is horrible. Like, it makes sense that Kim is now divorces with Kanye. Can't believe she made it seem like it was Taylor's fault.
Taylor Swift is over party was the #1 trend on Twitter worldwide. You know how many people have to be tweeting that they hate you for that to happen?
This feels like it's more than music now at this point. And just most days I'm like, okay. But then sometimes I'm just like, it just gets loud sometimes.
She used this controversy for the whole edgy revenge girl image for Reputation, and the studio album was a massive hit.
Because she's dead.
Also, she is a lyrical genius.
And I stole the money in the bag, and I stole the keys. That was the last time you ever saw me.
Have mirror balls in the middle of a dance floor because they reflect light. They are broken a million times, and that's what makes them so shiny. We have people like that in society too. They hang there, and every time they break, it entertains us. It's also a metaphor for so many people who have to feel. Everybody feels like they have to be on for certain people. You have to be different versions of yourself for different people, different versions at work, different versions around friends, different version of yourself around family. You just have the human experience, but it's also exhausting.
Her ability to storytell and convey emotions is one of a kind. She's also an amazing performer, as she put on 3.5-hour shows across 21 countries for 135 shows is admirable, you can't deny.